Cheers VC, greetings from Norway. I was watching Andy Cloudy Mulder's video, top 5 cover versions, and also Vinylize's video. Great videos both. They do they show their favorite cover versions from bands. So I thought I'd do one too. Not exactly all metal, but some other stuff too. Starting with one of my favorite songs is Man in the Long Black Coat, a Bob Dylan song from his album Oh Mercy from '89, and this is the soundtrack to the film I'm Not There. And Man in the Long Black Coat by Mark Lanegan from Screaming Trees, great version of this song. I recommend that song if you haven't heard it. Mark Lanegan, Man in the Long Black Coat, a Bob Dylan song from Bob Dylan's album Oh Mercy from '89. Great song. Next one is actually a country and western artist. It's Dwight Yoakam, who does a great version of Suspicious Minds, which is most known by this guy, Elvis. Suspicious Minds. Elvis wasn't the first one to record this song, some other guy. Suspicious Minds by Dwight Yoakam. Great song, great cover version. Next one is Kiss. I do love Ace Frehley's New York Groove too, great cover version. The song I'm referring to here is 2000 Man, the Rolling Stones song. Great song by Kiss. And Ace Frehley on the vocals from this album. Their Satanic Majesty's Request album, 2000 Man. Kiss do a great version. Next one is a great version from the Hellacopters. They do a great version on Working for MCA, the Lynyrd Skynyrd song, on this 10-inch. Cool one. So Hellacopters, Working for MCA, the Lynyrd Skynyrd song. Skynyrd. Next one is Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm not the greatest Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, but they do an awesome version of Higher Ground, the Stevie Wonder song from this album. Great song to play loud. Higher Ground, Red Hot Chili Peppers, great version, cover version. Next one is a soul artist, and it's Bobby Womack, who do an awesome version of All Along the Watchtower from the early 70s, 73 I think this came out, or 72. He recorded that song. Of course it's most known by Bob Dylan and Jimi Hendrix. But Bobby Womack do a great version of All Along the Watchtower. I bought this double album just for that song. Some other Bob Dylan stuff from this album. This is the tribute album. Brian Ferry from Roxy Music do a great version of A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. I do like when they do the cover versions not similar to the original, so great version by Brian Ferry. A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, Bob Dylan song. It's from this album, Freewheelin'. And next one too is a Bob Dylan song, and it's the Stevie Wonder's version of Blowin' in the Wind. 16-year-old Stevie Wonder, 1966, doing Blowin' in the Wind. Awesome version. It's also from this album, Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. I recommend this version. Stevie Wonder, Blowing in the Wind, 1966. He was just 16 years old. And now, a famous one. It's I Fought the Law, The Clash. Great song by The Clash. I fought the law, but the law won. And it's original by the Bobby Fuller 4. I Fought the Law from the 60s. This is an original pressing. Next one is the Black Rose, Hard to Handle. Great cover version of an Otis Redding song. I recommend this. Hard to Handle from the debut album. This is a cool picture disc, 12-inch. Hard to Handle, great cover. And this one too, one of my favorite cover songs, is on this album. Tesla, the 5-man acoustical jam. They do a great version of the song, let's see, Science, which was hit for a Canadian group in 1970-71, and the band was called 5-man Electrical Band. 5-man Electrical Band from Canada, 1970-71. They had a hit with this song Science, and Tesla does a great acoustical version on this album, Science. Next one of my favorite songs, cover songs, is on this album, the Deep Purple Machine Head tribute, and it's Lazy by Jimmy Barnes and Joe Bonamassa. Great cover version. If you haven't seen the video, check it out on YouTube. Great voice by Jimmy Barnes and great guitar playing by Joe Bonamassa. Also backing guitar by one of the Aerosmith guys, as I remember. Lazy by Jimmy Barnes and Joe Bonamassa. Great stuff. Of course from this album, Machine Head. Next one is from this album. It's Cheap Trick, When the Lights Are Out, a Slade cover. Great version of the Slade, the song When the Lights Are Out. And it was original on this album. All New, Borrowed and Blue, When the Lights Are Out. In the US it was Stomp Your Hands, Clap Your Feet, the album title was. So great cover version by Cheap Trick of the Slade song When the Lights Are Out. And another great cover version. I'm not sure if this is officially released or what it is, but the Smashing Pumpkins do an awesome unplugged version of the Thin Lizzy song Dancing in the Moonlight. Great version of that song by the Smashing Pumpkins, an unplugged version of Dancing in the Moonlight. They also do a great version of the song Fleetwood Mac song Landslide, unplugged. And the last one, that is not actually a cover song, but you might think it's a cover song, and it's Roy Orbison, Drove All Night. He recorded this song in 1987, but it wasn't released until 1991-92. In that time, Cyndi Lauper had a major hit with it in 89, but Roy Orbison recorded it in 87, but it was not released until this album after his death, 1992, 90, 91, 92, 92. So they made this album from a lot of songs from that session back in 87, and one of the songs were I Drove All Night. But Cyndi Lauper is most known for that song, though Roy Orbison too had a little hit with that in 1992 after his death. I think it was number 6 in the UK charts or something. So that was some cover versions that I think is awesome. Of course there's a lot to pick from. Metallica, Iron Maiden, you name it, a lot. Quiet Riot does a couple of cool Slade covers, and Gary Moore even do a cover of Friday on My Mind, and a lot of stuff. Thin Lizzy do a cool cover of Rosalie, and a lot more. Abattoir Metal does a great cool version of Ace of Spades, and just the list goes on forever. The Rods do a cool version of You Keep Me Hanging On. Riot does a great version of the Animal song, When I Was Young. So there's a lot to pick from. So that's what's some of my favorite cover songs. I hope you enjoyed that, and do check out Vinylizer and subscribe to his channel. Great guy, great videos. And of course Andy Cloudy Milder, or Milder. Subscribe to his channel. He too has great videos. Do subscribe to my channel too if you like, and do comment if you like. So in the meantime, take care, God bless, cheers, greetings from Norway.